Good morning, people, and how yous all doing on this glorious day? In central Scotland, the sun is beaming, and there's a beautiful layer of snow as well, so it's quite beautiful when you look outside. But I woke up this morning with this gnawing, guys, and it usually happens when I'm in this subject area. This whole Scots are actually the Jews, and Edinburgh is Israel. We are the Holy Land. We are the chosen people, I'm afraid to say, according to a lot of these clues. Whether it's true or not, it's all hidden there within the literature, the biblical literature, within the street names, within the people, the places, everything. There's too many clues for it to be a coincidence. And being a Scotsman, things like the Maccabees, when you hear Maccabee, you just think, right, Scotland. Where in Scotland did that happen? Oh no, it's Jewish. It's a Jewish uprising. What? Maccabee? How's that Jewish? So, things like this get your cogs turning in your head. And Maccabee is an obvious Gaelic word. Maccabee. Like, we've got drinking water over here, flavoured drinking water. It's kind of childlike. It's got a little B on the front, but it's Maccabee. Maccabee, and it's like, it's an obvious Scottish word. Then you hear about Hanukkah, because it's this time of the year, guys. It's Christmas, New Year. Well, it's coming up for New Year. And you've got Hanukkah and these celebrations, these Jewish celebrations. I don't know what he attack the Jews in any way. This is not attack against the Jews. This is more that they could be living a lie. They could be practicing beliefs that have nothing to do with their people, when it's really to do with this land, this area of the world, over the Atlantic. And it's things like this. It's little things like this that get you on your journey. And it's obvious lies. It's obvious lies. And this is the thing about the intellectuals and the powers that be 200 years ago. They didn't expect, or they didn't predict, that the common man like myself, and like yourself watching me probably, or common women, would be intelligent enough or have the technology to find out about this massive deception that they've laid over us all. And it's little things like language. They didn't think we'd be able to figure out the etymology of words. They thought they'd be that stupid. And even if they did think we could figure it out in the future, they wouldn't be alive to take the rap for this massive lie they've put on us. And like I said before, the massive lie is the Bible is a British book. All the events that happened in it happened in Western Europe. All the characters in it are based on Europeans, sorry to say. But they've changed it, they've changed the names, they've changed the places, and it's down to us now to figure out who the real places, who the real names, and what's really going on here, and why such a massive deception. And I'll give you a little one. Like, I can go on big, massive rants about all different clues that I've seen and all different correlations and parallels that point towards this theory. And I'm not a bullshitter, guys. Like, I try and even debunk myself when it comes to things. I don't want to go down roads that I don't want to waste my time on. If I find something and I think it could be dubious, I'll try and debunk it myself. If I can't, well, I can't. And I'll continue the investigation. I don't rule anything out, really, until I can completely debunk it. And there's too many here. Too many, and it goes beyond coincidence. And I'm one of these guys who look for patterns. I join dots and look for patterns, and these kind of things are just too obvious to ignore. And it's very important, I think. Like, if you're a really religious person, this is extremely important. To me, as a scholar, as somebody that's trying to look at it as an intellectual sort of viewpoint, with no real religious bias. And this is so interesting, and I could be in this subject for years. I don't know how long. But like I said before, there's lots of people out there. If we can all accumulate our information together, we can maybe put this to bed and finally show that this is just utter rubbish. And just like this Maccabee revolution that happened in 167 BC and 37 BC, it's like, how did they have so much information from back in these days? Like, All the Bible stuff happened after that, and they're still trying to script up bits of literature that the oldest existing literature for any Bible stuff is probably 400 AD. So they're just scraping and scripping and scrapping and just throwing it all in there and hoping that you can't see. They're clouding, they're muddying the water, as they say. They're muddying the water, just scooping tons of mud in, and you can't see what the truth is. Anyway, I'll go back onto this little subject, and maybe you can look into it more, delve into more if you want. But this is a little snippet to get you on your way, to start you off. The Maccabee Revolution. This was a revolution against other Jews who were practicing Greek beliefs, Hellenistic beliefs, and the Jewish king. Big revolution. Herod was the king at the time, and it's almost like he was half Jewish, or he was Jewish. He was more like a puppet to the Romans, and it's almost like Scotland. I mean, we've been ruled by puppets who we think are Scottish, and they aren't. It's a bit like the Jews, who again, there's a Jewish king sitting there, but he's not practicing Jewish beliefs. He's introducing Hellenistic beliefs and Greek beliefs, just like the Scottish kings came in and introduced the English and the Norman and the Latin belief system and tried to eradicate the Gaelic. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The Scots and the Jews have parallels in these stories all over the place. And I'll tell you what the Maccabee is right now. Maccabee is son of Abraham. Simple as that. In the mainstream term for Maccabee Revolution, the etymology for the name Maccabee is often used as a synonym for the entire Hasmonean dynasty. But the Maccabees proper were Judas Maccabeus and his 4 brothers. The name Maccabee was a personal epithet of Judah, and the later generations were not his direct descendants. One explanation of the name's origins is that it derives from the Aramaic Maccabee, the hammer, in recognition of Judah's ferocity in battle. The traditional Jewish explanation is that Maccabee, Hebrew Maccabee, is an acronym for the Torah verse that was a battle cry of the Maccabees. Mi kamoka ba elam Yahweh, who is like you among the heavenly powers, Lord, as well as an acronym for Matityahu HaKohen ben Yahanan. The correlating Torah verse Exodus 15:11, the song of Moses and the children of Israel by the sea, makes a reference to Elam, with a mundane notion of natural forces, heavenly might, war, and governmental powers. The scholar and poet Aaron Kaminka argues that the name is a corruption of Maccabani, a leading commando in the army of King David. So there we go. It's either a hammer, a battle cry, or a commando. And I'll just wipe all them aside and just say right now, it's the sons of Abraham. The patriarch Abraham, patriarch of the Jews, Abe. So, like I said before, same with Catholic, all these words were Gaelic, have Gaelic roots. Gaelic is the Hebrew language. It's older than the Hebrew language. They've replaced Gaelic with this Hebrew. And it's no Hebrew, it's Gaelic. Maccabee. So, Mac, Gaelic, for son. A prefix to family names often appearing in Gaelic names. Abe is commonly used in English-speaking countries as a diminutive of the masculine name Abraham, or as a personal name in its own right. It may refer to people, fictional characters. So there we go. So Abe is Abraham. Maccabee. Maccabee is a well-common surname in Scotland, Maccabee. But Maccabee, they've just added an extra couple of letters. Get what I mean? At the end of the day, and then they've made out it's some kind of Hebrew word, or again, it comes from a battle cry, and no, Maccabee is simple. Son of Abraham, son of Abe. Anyway, people, I hope you enjoyed that little snippet, and have a great day. And hopefully I'll put 1 or 2 more videos before the new year. You all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later, guys. Cheers.